This is News 6 Tonight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Monday edition of News 6 Tonight. A brand new week. We got more sleep this weekend, a whole hour. Just take it in.
I got a whole week
Oh,
of
that's right.
sleep. I was off last week. I missed you dearly. I missed you a little bit,
Well,
but it was a nice time.
let's welcome Matt back, everyone. That's what he's saying. That he wants me to say that I missed him. So he fishes for compliments. And
Go
so
ahead, say it.
this
and
is
then we
News
can move
6.
on.
This is News 6 Tonight. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
Hey,
We did miss you.
Glad you're with
Lisa
us.
did a great job, though.
Hey, Rail Stalker missed me.
Hey,
Hello and
Rail.
happy Monday. Welcome back, brother. Good to see you, Rail Stalker, and the entire News 6 family.
Of course, of course.
Let's get to work.
Yeah.
Let's do that
As
today.
usual, as
Yes.
usual. Another week that's starting. You were gone last week when we had all the crazy flooding that happened.
Okay, it's weird when you're in this business and you're on vacation and your phone dings and you're like, "Ooh, okay, glad I'm
Glad
not
that's-
there today."
Is that what you said?
That
when you
is
saw
exactly what I
terrible
said
weather?
as I threw my phone across the room. Some crazy weather in Eustis. I know you guys talked about
Yeah, Lake
this.
County in particular.
It
Yeah.
caused a bridge to collapse. And now the story is really complicated because usually if a bridge collapses, it's owned by a city or a municipality that
Yeah.
is in charge of fixing it. Well, in this case, this bridge is owned by an HOA.
It's a little bridge, though. It's a little
It is
thing,
a little bridge,
but it's vital. It's
and
important.
it's a little HOA, and it's the only way these 21 homes can get to where they need to go.
Yeah.
So people had to grab all their stuff, get out of there, and now they're trying to figure out because I live in an HOA of 1,500 homes. So there's I would imagine there's some spare cash laying around.
Sure.
If you need to
Some
fix
breathing room, maybe.
21 homes, they usually try to keep it
Pretty tight.
reasonable.
Yeah.
So where are they going to get this money? And the city is saying, "Hey, feel bad for you, but nothing we can do about it because it's going to be quite a bit." So tonight, neighbors came to try to figure things out, and your community correspondent Emily McLeod spoke with many of them.
I'm your Lake County community correspondent, Emily McLeod. I'm here in the Spring Ridge Estates community here in Eustis, where a washout happened after last weekend's historic flooding. Eustis alone got hit with 17 inches of rain, but that road here on Creek Run Lane still washed out, and 20 residences had to be evacuated. Now, during that HOA meeting on Monday, a lot of people spoke out because they were frustrated and said they felt like they weren't getting enough communication and had questions about what would happen next for them. Eustis Fire Chief Michael Swanson says right now the focus is to get the road fixed, get people back into their homes, and secure the utilities. He says as long as the weather holds, it likely won't collapse anymore. Now, even though this is a private road, Chief Swanson says the city has a vested interest in getting this fixed because of the utility lines that run underneath it, which include a sewer line and a water main line. Swanson says the city is prepared to step in and help with funding if the homeowners association here in Spring Ridge Estates needs it. Now, we did hear from several residents during that HOA meeting, and a lot of them, like we said earlier, were very frustrated. Take a listen.
When we were at the meetings, the bids were to fix the berm, but they also said they wanted to repair the area by the bridge as well. I mean, I heard it. I went to the meetings, but nothing was ever done.
A lot of people don't understand what we're going through. It's just, we just want back home.
Yeah, so it's one thing you never think about. You move into a place and you don't think, hey, there's this one bridge in here that we're in charge of keeping tabs on. Some of the neighbors say, hey, this should have been fixed and addressed a while ago.
Yeah.
And
anytime
all
you
of
have
this
an
rain came in.
HOA, you think that they magically take care of everything. Yeah, because you're paying a certain fee.
Mhm.
So you think, oh, I should have no problems with my roof, my roads, my bridge, any
Well,
of
a
that
lot
stuff.
of people are paying special assessments these days who did not anticipate. They thought everything was covered.
Oh, I
in
know,
there.
yeah.
HOAs are going up. Seems like, yeah. But I mean, part of the problem is work like that is probably double what it was 5 years ago for somebody to
Oh,
fix that bridge. To have a
100%.
landscaper now, they've all doubled and tripled their prices. So these HOAs don't have much. And I'm not going to defend many HOAs because they will drive you crazy. But they are dealing with some issues now that are tough.
Yeah,
to
and the
solve.
thing is, if you fix it this time, is it a permanent fix? Or is it something where if you get, I mean, nobody expected 17 inches of rain, of course,
Yeah.
but you have to fortify it. So if now you know that 17 inches of rain can happen and this is what it will do, now do you fortify it for, hey, 2 feet of rain. I don't know
Yeah.
what the answer is,
And
but
there
those,
were a lot of neighborhoods who fared just fine with
yeah,
those 17 inches of rain. But
yeah.
clearly, they need to address it. Where that money's going to come from,
Hmm.
that is going to be the tough part of this
And
debate.
this is not the time to be asking people for more money.
You don't
The
wanna put your
economy
hand
is
out right
tight.
now.
No,
Mhm.
exactly. But we'll keep a close eye on that one. And our Lake County community correspondents are doing a great job of
Yeah.
keeping us on top and apprised of all of that stuff going on. Something else that happened in another county. This is Brevard County. This is Titusville. You know, when somebody who's been on the job for a long time, like say 30 years, and they say, "Well, I've never seen that before." Then, then you know
This is a new one.
this is a very new one. This is the deputy police chief in Titusville told your community correspondent James Barbero he had never seen two officers on a call crash into each other going to the same call. And it was all to break up a fight that happened in the parking lot. I got so confused that you forget that there's a primary story there why they were going because the
Right.
fight itself was so
I
unusual
know when we
between
were
these two
preparing for
women.
this, you said, I thought James was on that fight story. I was like, this
This
is
is the fight story. So we'll let James tell you the story.
Two police officers hurt in a crash on South Hopkins Avenue. I'm your Titusville community correspondent, James Sparvero. The police say the officers were responding to the area for a report of an armed person with a gun.
Well, it all started with two ladies fighting over a man in my parking lot. It escalated to a gun being pulled.
Summer Jones told me she called 911 around 8:30 Monday morning when these two started fighting. Surveillance from the Dots Embroidery and Award Trophy store shows Summer on the phone while the women fight just outside the window. Another person who saw the fight recorded video in the parking lot. From this angle, you can see the gun before the women then drive away. About 5 minutes later, Summer and store owner Kevin Dargy say the officers who drove here hit each other. One of the officers needing rescued by the jaws of life.
It was the hardest hit I've ever seen. The noise is just deafening.
And now your thoughts and prayers have to be with the officers and their families, obviously.
Yes.
We know one's at the Parish Hospital with like facial lacerations, and then the other one got flown to Holmes. Violent crash though. It was bad.
Yeah, when you look at how bad that crash was, and James mentioned it at the end, one of the officers had to be airlifted to the hospital. The only thing you can be thankful for in that situation is that it was not a citizen that got hit by one of those
That
officers.
certainly
And
complicates
it
things, yeah.
really, really does. I hate that those two rammed into one another, but they both have these strong vehicles, and that's the kind of impact you're going to get, especially if you're going at a certain, speed. But it is just crazy, and thank goodness no one lost their lives. But we were like, what is this fight over?
Yeah, that caught my. So I'm glad that those officers are okay.
Yeah, we're glad
First
that they
off,
will be okay.
But what
I-
is happening with this fight?
I
All
don't-
sorts of angles.
I
Two
wanna-
ladies, like they look like they have some boxing training.
And this was early in the morning too, before 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's way too early for a fight. You can't fight
And
before
you know what?
noon.
Any time of day. No, you can't.
No.
Any time of day is too early to
I
fight.
don't have my caffeine
Yeah,
yet.
it's just a lot to take in. So we'll figure out what happened with them. They appear to have, just driven off, but those officers got the
You ever
brunt of
fought
it.
another lady over a guy? Didn't
I
you?
know you know the answer to that story. If it comes down to that, I'm just you can have him.
Here,
He's all yours,
here,
man.
he's
Because
that is
if you win the fight, what do? You go like, "Hey, honey, I won you in a fight this morning in front of the
does
convenience
that mean
store."
he's stuck with you forever?
I don't know, but we don't have the answers. Now.
I,
We're
I
not
don't
making
know
light of
either.
that situation.
No, not
but
trying to make light of the
I
situation.
just-
but come on, man.
I'm gonna always walk away if you try to
Don't-
fight me.
yeah.
I'm not a fighter.
Here is my husband. You can have him.
You don't even have to fight me.
All right. Well, one of
Susan Lawrence is currently serving a 25-year prison sentence for the shooting death of Ajika A.J. Owens. Recently, Lawrence wrote this letter from behind bars accusing the victim's children of defamation.
Is there anybody else in the house?
This video, featured in the Netflix film The Perfect Neighbor, shows Marion County deputies confronting Susan Lawrence just minutes after she admits killing her neighbor, Adjika Owens. Authorities say Lawrence shot the 35-year-old mother through her front door following a long-standing feud with Owens and her children.
The defendant is guilty of manslaughter.
After a judge sentenced Lawrence to prison, the victim's family sued her for wrongful death. Now, Lawrence is responding to that lawsuit in this handwritten letter sent from Homestead Correctional Institution. Adjika Owens and her children were trespassing, Lawrence writes. Miss Owens did not knock politely and speak reasonably on June 2nd, 2023. She pounded and screamed profanities like a lunatic.
I thought she was just going to break down the door.
Lawrence told detectives she shot Owens in self-defense. In her new letter, Lawrence denies throwing a roller skate at the victim's 10-year-old son shortly before the mother came to her door. Miss Owens' children had lied to her, she writes. I now wish to countersue for slander, libel, and defamation of character.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really how the legal system works.
It doesn't.
You're never going to get a child.
Well,
You
I
can't
mean,
sue.
her oldest child, this mom who was murdered, her oldest child is 14.
Yeah.
Who are you suing?
You're not. They don't have.
They
any
lost
money
their mom.
for you to sue.
They lost their mom.
Yeah, so it's a strange perspective this woman has.
I mean, she
but
hasn't done it. She's just threatening
she's
to
just
do it.
threatening, and she's not going to be able to find a lawyer who's going to take that case for her, in my humble legal opinion, which I am not qualified to give. But it's just a strange case that just continues to get stranger. It's hard to understand what her motives were for all of this.
But a lot of people are watching this documentary on Netflix. And the thing is, it's done with all body cam footage. That's the
We covered
incredible
this a
part
lot.
of it.
I didn't realize if you put it all together, how
Yeah.
the entire story is told. My wife
Unfolds,
watched
yeah.
it, and she doesn't watch the news every night
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
unfortunately. But she told me, she was like, I cannot believe how well documented, how the entire story
Yeah.
is just told through body cam
Yeah.
video. It's crazy, and that's why so many people are watching.
And that's also why we on this show like to show you body cam video, because it does give a different perspective, and it does tell sometimes a more complete story if you get the whole thing.
Yeah,
you can't just
always
get
have to have
snippets
that
of it. Yeah.
perspective, but man, there was hours and hours of it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
All right, stay with us. We have much more coming up, including how some people are trying to make ends meet with this federal government shutdown. Yeah, and you got the link from the show just a little while ago, I think. So make sure we have that for News 6 tonight. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We know you're busy, but news doesn't stop, and neither do we.
That's right. And this is News 6 Tonight, where we leverage this entire busy newsroom with our community correspondents, our producers, our content desk, and then we filter through that. We have a casual conversation about the news that impacts Central Florida.
Yeah, we live here in the community, and we rely on you for our neighborhood network because you're our eyes and ears as well, and we can't do it without you.
So you can watch us all over the place, YouTube, News 6 Plus app, and clickorlando.com. While you're here, feel free to engage. Let us know who you are and where you're from.
Welcome back to News 6 Tonight, a Monday edition. We are sailing right along on this Monday, and Monday is really Monday.
It is Monday.
It sounds like.
I apologize. We're having
Yeah, if you're
technical
having trouble hearing us, we're working on that right now. But the show must go on, as they say. We're in the midst of this federal shutdown. It's been going on for 32, 33 days now. It's been a while. We talked about air traffic controllers and the TSA people who are working without pay. Well, there are families who depend on SNAP benefits and the WIC program, Women, Infant, and Children's. And if they don't get that money, some of them can't feed their kids. And we've talked to some families, some parents who say, well, I am regulating the meals that I eat so I can make sure that my kids have the food that they need, which is what any parent would do, but you hate to have them have to make that decision. Your community correspondent, Jarrell Baker, spoke to a mom of 7 who is doing the best she can to make ends meet.
Destiny Perez Prado must figure out how she's going to feed her 7 children this month, since her WIC and SNAP benefits are delayed due to the government shutdown.
It's still just heartbreaking, to think that for Thanksgiving, we might not be able to celebrate Thanksgiving, have the food that we need.
Perez Prado's benefits pay for around $800 in groceries each month, and WIC specifically covers her more expensive items like baby formula, Pediasure, and other nutritional foods.
Because we saw it on here, and I heard it.
Formula is the cheapest is $28, I believe.
Between being a single mother, college student, and self-employed, she says getting another job to afford groceries is nearly impossible.
It's hard for me to keep a consistent job, even with my degree.
One Heart for Women and Children is stepping in to help Perez Prado. Founder Stephanie Bowman says about 30,000 in Orange County use WIC, and many will also need extra help.
We've had over 500 calls just this week.
One Heart normally helps around 20,000 people per month, but the demand is rising due to the government shutdown.
What we've had to do is give families less food.
Perez Prado says that she's working to become financially stable one day, but right now, priority is feeding her kids.
They still deserve to eat. They're babies. They didn't ask to be here. And even if, we as parents, we didn't go about it the way certain people think we should to avoid problems like this, it's still a problem. We're still here, and we still need help.
Yeah, they still need help. And that's the thing. When you hear her tell the story of how they may not have what they need for Thanksgiving, and then even moving forward, because, Thanksgiving is one day. That's one big, big meal, but you have to eat from now till then, and then even after. So we have to figure out a way, even though some of the funds were released, is that going to last long enough for these families to, especially when you have 7 kids? That's a lot of mouths to feed.
It's hard to fathom that we're at a time where the stock market's hitting all-time highs, and people in this country might not be able to eat and are going hungry, all because the government can't figure this thing out. They have one job. Keep everything running, keep the people fed. So hopefully they can figure that out in Washington. Less finger pointing from both sides and more.
That's
just
all anybody
figuring this
wants.
thing
Yeah,
out.
that's not feeding anybody.
Because when people start starving in America, we've got ourselves
got a
real
problem.
big problem. And the other issue hanging over this government shutdown, along with the WIC, is those SNAP benefits, which feed tens of millions of Americans. So the courts ruled that the White House can partially fund the SNAP program. They can only get about half of it, but there are questions now about when that money will actually come through and when people will be able to get fed. So your community correspondent, Catherine Silver, is taking a look at that particular issue from the local perspective.
Just as fast as these shelves are filling up, they're emptying out. I'm Catherine Silver, your Seminole County community correspondent. We're showing you an inside look at the largest free food pantry here in Seminole County and how they're hoping to meet the need as more families are needing help.
At the Sharing Center in Longwood, volunteers stay busy filling shelves that will fill empty stomachs in Seminole County.
It's constantly moving in here.
Constantly moving.
The senior manager of the food pantry gave us a tour. Leroy Johnson says the community has stepped up to help fill the gaps, but they still need more. And there are more people who need help.
Since the announcement of SNAP ending, we've seen a surge. We're already 1 hour in and we've already served 52 families.
52 families
52
today
families
already.
Today, within the first hour of us opening.
Is that more than you would typically serve in a full day?
In a full day, at about 35 families. So we've already almost doubled that number in the first hour.
The Sharing Center's CEO and president shared with us some of the faces of food insecurity.
Veterans, college students, the elderly, those that are disabled.
Real people, real stories who rely on SNAP or a paycheck from the federal government.
This morning we had a TSA agent that came to ask for help.
Pori says these are people faced with difficult choices. Do they put food on the table or pay the rent?
What do you all need from the community?
We need food. We need to be able to provide a resource that we all need the most, a nutritious meal.
Wow.
So that's where we are. Hopefully something gets figured out soon so that people can know that that food is coming in.
Yeah, I can't even
Really no
imagine
answers
trying
right
to.
now.
No, it's
Doesn't
very
seem like we're any
unsettling.
closer than we were 30 days ago.
No, actually, and that's the problem. I mean, those people will get some relief with those partial funds being released, but they won't get the full amount that they
Half
would
the food.
normally get. So, but that's something.
Yeah, better than nothing, as
All
they
right,
say.
let's talk about this forecast because it
Yeah,
is
that's
something to
something.
behold.
Yeah.
It is something to
Been
behold.
great.
Yeah, meteorologist Jonathan Kekis joins us now with how long this is going. Jonathan, I know it can't last forever. We just love the temp starting from the weekend, and you nailed it. You said we were going to see beautiful days like this.
I mean, I guess a blind squirrel finds the nut, right? Just
What
kidding.
did you just call
kidding.
yourself?
The blind squirrel. No, I know. It's thank
That's
you,
good.
Ginger. I appreciate that.
You're here all week.
No. So that's right. I'll see myself out. No, what if it can last forever? What if it can? What if I told you to go Matrix on you?
What?
That you see that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah,
going to give me the red pill? Or
Okay.
the green pill?
So
or-
actually, we're gonna go full on Matrix. So the
Okay.
red pill is the warm up, and the blue pill is a cool down. And what if I told you that you don't have to choose? We have both in the forecast. All right. So here's what we're looking at. I know this is terrible.
This is a well caffeinated Jonathan Kegis tonight. I just want everybody to know he's firing on
It
all
is.
cylinders.
All cylinders. So here it doesn't happen often, but here we go. Thursday, November 6th. This is what we're gonna fast forward. So the orange color on this temperature anomaly map, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is represents the above normal temperatures. The blue, which there's not a lot of, represents the below normal temperatures, but that's coming. So this is through the Saturday. I think we're going to have a warm weekend, mid to upper 80s come back. We don't have that rich humidity, so it's still going to be comfortably warm. Look at by Sunday in the upper Midwest, some blue there. And then we go full on. Hold on. I didn't change. This is the 18Z run. The afternoon run came out, so it doesn't go out as far. So I have to change the data real quick.
Okay.
Go back to the early
Oh,
run.
there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
So that means like we're like 20-ish degrees below normal. That would put high temperatures in the low to mid 60s on Tuesday. Now, it's likely going to modify. It might be a little too extreme here. But I think that we have a real shot, guys, to see our first 30s of the season sprinkled north of Orlando. Maybe like Marion County. That would be on Tuesday morning, depending upon the timing of the front. So who says it can't last forever? I think we have a nice
Okay.
cold front coming.
I see
It's
what you
coming
did
back.
there.
And
I see he
that
tied it all
cold
together.
front is going to keep any sort of tropical issues away from us, right? That's the most
That's what we want.
Nail on the head.
Yeah.
I probably don't have a ton of time. We're going to look at, actually, I have it right here
Yeah,
because I'm
take
showing
a
it in the
minute.
show tonight.
Yeah.
Tropical cyclone heat potential. It's the crazy scientific term. Look at that. Color table drops out across the North Gulf. That means our cold fronts have kind of eaten away the fuel along the North Gulf Coast.
Great.
And that bigger one is on the way this weekend. The fat lady has not sung yet.
No,
But
oh
this is a
no!
good
Eat
sign.
away
It's a good
though.
step.
Eat away. Let him have it. Let him have it.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
All right, Jonathan Kegis.
That's
Check him
great.
out. He has a great show right after ours coming up at 9:30 where you can see his whole weather forecast.
Oh yeah, and he'll answer questions for you too. You can ask him questions. He loves questions.
Yeah.
Try to stump him. Good
Always.
luck.
In my backyard, 3 Tuesdays from now, will there be snow? He'll let you know. Jonathan Kegis, thank you very much. We appreciate
We
it.
go no.
Bye,
We're
Jonathan.
going to take a quick break. We'll give you a preview of the 10 o'clock coming up. Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart, also good looking, because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. we do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below.
gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh. Hey, welcome back to News 6 Tonight. Glad to have you with us. We have enjoyed talking to you. Got a nice brief on the weather there. We've talked to all sorts about things that are being impacted by the government shutdown. Coming up at 10 o'clock, there's maybe the biggest story of the year in Central Florida.
It's one of them
possibly.
for sure.
Yeah, there's a local sheriff, Osceola County Sheriff. He's been suspended. He was accused of taking part in an illegal gambling operation. There's all sorts
Him, his
of
estranged
people.
wife, and
His
some
wife, a bunch of
co-conspirators. Yeah.
co-conspirators have all been taking plea deals. Well, there's going to be some action in that case tomorrow. A lot of the heavy players are going to be in one spot to be discussing possible plea arrangements.
Who knows what's going to happen? And the strange thing that happened last week while you were gone, his wife was rearrested. So she's back in jail. We'll cover all of that because that is probably going to be one of our big stories tomorrow. Knock on wood if nothing else happens. So
That's right.
hopefully you'll join us tonight for a preview at 10 o'clock.